Will you please help me welcome to the stage co-founder and CEO, Mr. Carl Daikeler. Thank you. Did you say suck the marrow out of life? You can quote him. I want to see that on Twitter. Let the marrow sucking begin. Pleasant. Welcome to Summit 2011. I want to personally thank everyone for being here this weekend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's a Steve Martin bit. I assure you this is going to be memorable, valuable, and at times quite entertaining. For those of you who are at the cruise, I apologize in advance because while we're going to have a lot of fun, I'm not going to break out the chef hat. No. The theme of this summit is end the trend, and that's a trend I want to end before it gets a distraction. The trend we're talking about is the trend of obesity. It's time to stop just saying we're going to end it, and we're going to rise up. We're going to ask anyone who cares about the foundation of health and self-respect in this country, and we're going to work together to really do it. This network is not about using the trend of obesity to generate sales. We're about using network marketing to solve a problem that threatens the very existence of this species. And I mean that. If we can't solve this as a nation, as a network, what other problems are we powerless to overcome? And by the way, I'm done with apologizing for being in the network marketing business. There's not another company in any business model with the standard of quality of Team Beachbody. I hear about the companies who do comparisons to our products. Look, there's plenty of room in a country with 200 million people who are overweight or obese. Plenty of room for competition. But I'm telling you right now, nobody does it with the discipline that we do it. There's only one company on the planet with the commitment, the mission, the drive, and the heart of Team Beachbody. There's not another company focused on ending the trend of obesity with the same discipline to maintain its focus on helping people help people with great products and the promise to support them all the way. It's only Team Beachbody. We have the solution to obesity. We have it. We have it. With nutrition, exercise, peer support, it's simple. And if we put it all together in a way that's more compelling and more effective than any other company in history, now it's time for us to mobilize that. Focus on achieving this mission. We are the ones who have what it takes to end the trend of obesity. Not because we have the best product. We do. Not because we're the most visible fitness company on TV. We are. But it's because we have you. The most incredibly enthusiastic bunch of people I have ever met in my life. You are Team Beachbody. Hold on a second. Maybe I'm asking for something that people really don't want. I mean, maybe we're promoting something that the rest of the world isn't really all that interested in. It's quite possible. Maybe the real question is, why bother? What's wrong with enjoying what modern society has created? I mean, really, is it really so wrong to enjoy fast food instead of eating healthier? Is it really that bad to celebrate all the events in our lives with cake and candy and beer and fried foods? Why not just enjoy life? Are we such a vain culture that we're going to obsess about being fit and pressure our kids to be thin, lean, and fit? Or why can't we just let kids be kids? That's what you hear, right? Why are you obsessing about this? Well, no, how about this? How about this statistic? The typical revolving door has had to be widened from 10 feet to 12 feet to accommodate our obesity. An obese couple will waste $7,500 a year on obesity-related costs. That means To live the same lifestyle, they have to earn an additional $7,500 just to break even because they're obese. Not too conducive to spending more time with your family, is it? And for the first time in history, thanks to the behaviors we as a society are teaching our kids, they are inheriting an expected lifespan that is less than our own. Let me be blunt. Because of the lifestyle we're allowing society to accept, our kids will suffer more diabetes, more heart disease, and will die younger than we will. In this civilized society, we're also proud of it. Cupcakes are a birthright, but self-respect, that's a luxury. Some will still accept that obesity statistics are just collateral damage of a life that's more about consuming and being entertained than it is about truly living. But not this group, not you. You're here to take on this challenge head on with courage and team spirit, because you have seen what's possible. How life can change when you eat better, exercise more, and inspire others to do the same. And in exchange for serving your country and your fellow man by sharing your heart, even when it's not easy, and for talking to people about this solution whenever they'll listen, hear me now. You deserve to drive the finest chariots and live in the grandest castles adorned with the most amazing comforts ever created. If anybody's houses should be featured on network TV, believe me, it's your cribs that should be pimped. This weekend is about celebrating you. It's about celebrating our growth and acknowledging that we have much more work to do to achieve our mission. It's about sharing strategies, best practices, but never veering far from the simplicity of the game plan. It's about bonding and laughing, sweating, recommitting. I've heard what went down in the lobby last night, and we'll be getting to that. I'll be there. It's all about coming together to reaffirm that we're doing important work and that we can get past rejection and criticism because it matters. We are Team Beachbody, and in our mission to help people achieve their goals, to lead healthy, fulfilling lives, we will end the trend of obesity. We've done some great things this year. Shakeology has crossed over $1.5 million a week. That's a lot of people consuming the healthiest meal of the day every day. We've grown to over 56,000 coaches. Our leadership ranks have exploded with so many star diamonds. This room's starting to look like a display case in Tiffany's. I got to fly cross-country to meet many of these leaders personally. I got to know many of you on the cruise. I hang out at many events, and I have to tell you, I've never been more excited by the prospect of what we're about to achieve, because I am blown away by the quality of the team we've put together. No, the quality of the team that you have put together. But the best is yet to come. Let's take a look at some of the things that we've been working on that we hope will accelerate the growth of your business and the end of the trend of obesity. Let's get to the good stuff. All right. As you know, I'm very active on social media. I said it to some of the groups I spoke to yesterday. I do the Twitter thing, I do the Facebook thing. I try to answer all the questions that people give to me. And frankly, one of the reasons that I'm so active on social media is, and within the Team Beachbody website, is because you keep me accountable. I know that if I'm going to be out there, if I'm going to make myself present, I'm going to have to walk the talk, which means I'm going to have to make better food choices, which I do not enjoy. I'm going to have to work out. I do not enjoy it, but I have to do it because I want to be on your team. I want to live up to what we're talking about. You help me do that. But as I'm on Twitter and Facebook, I also get many questions. I try to answer all of them. And many of those questions come so frequently that I just stop answering them. I kind of ignore them. And I'll try to get to them right now, the ones that come most frequently. For instance, international. Where are we internationally? Where are we with Canada? Why is it taking so long? As I mentioned, we are a company that has the discipline to do things right, not just to do things to maximize sales. We're working on Canada, we're working on Mexico, we're working on other markets. But I will tell you, it takes a long time. Shakeology, anybody who was on the tour, you saw that wall of ingredients. many of those ingredients, many of these foreign markets have never heard of. So we're introducing them to things like yacon syrup and sasha enchi and maca powder and all that stuff. So we have to explain to them that, no, we don't think this will kill you. We'll prove it. Would I do that if it would kill you, Canada? We will let everybody know as things come together, and we need to do it right. Like going into Mexico. Right now we're building U.S. Hispanic. We have to have a great foundation of U.S. Hispanic before we move down into Mexico. You guys are doing that. We've got to do better. We've got to have the right leadership so that when we go up to Canada, when we go down to Mexico, we don't do it as a startup. We do it with the same momentum that we've got here in the U.S. Now, I will say that we have had very promising developments in Canada. There's no timeline yet, but we got news this week that we actually might be closer than we thought we would be at this point. It's great news. I can't say that we have a timeline yet, but for the first time in the 3 years that we've been working on it, there's actually, they're going across the Atlantic, they're looking for the new world, and it just looks like a straight line with water. You don't see anything, and I don't know if it's really out there, except maybe the edge of the universe will fall off. Now I see there's a little bit of a sparkle out there. That is the prospect of us getting into Canada, and I hope to update you throughout the year on that. And I will say that if you can stand up, the guy who gets credit for working with Dr. Bill Wheeler on getting Shakeology into Canada is our Senior Vice President and General Counsel, Jonathan Gelfand. Jonathan, stand up and get a hand. He's really doing great hard work. Now, to the extent that you feel like you might have missed an announcement on international, or you wonder, rather than have to ask me on Twitter, what you do is you go to the Be a Coach page, and you see at the bottom there's this little thing, you want to be a coach, but don't live in the U.S. Even if you do live in the U.S., you can click there, and you will be basically on the mailing list, that whenever there is the concrete information in terms of where we are internationally and where we're going to be in new markets, this way you know you're going to get notified directly, okay? That's in the Be a Coach area. Now, the other question...